Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Rum Regret podcast. I am Andy Drake.
Johanna Myers.
Nate Tussey, and we drink and we know things.
And we have a guest in the house, friend of the program. Introduce yourself, sir.
Cameron Hughes.
Cameron. Cam, welcome to the show, man. I'm surprised it took us this long to get you on.
No shit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did we just not ask?
I think that might have been part of it.
Pretty much, but it's been Nate and I hanging out, and he's been discussing, with Joe too, discussing the last podcast that you guys did. I said, oh man, you should do one like this, or oh man, I'd be great to come on there, and oh yeah, we should do that one of these days. And it's just one of those drinking conversations that don't lead anywhere.
Right. Well, that's how the podcast ultimately started, because it took Nate and I 6 years to get this off the ground.
Something like that. Don't bring up old shit, Andy. How about that?
Yeah.
I don't procrastinate except for everything in my life.
Well, and the funny thing was, it was always like, oh yeah, we got to do that podcast, and I always thought, what are you guys talking about? You're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Because it was just always that thing. Well, yeah, we should do that.
Alas. I think that's the wrong phrase you're trying to throw.
I don't know what the hell I'm saying. But alas, there was a podcast.
But alas, there was a podcast.
Yes.
Joy, there was a podcast.
And there was much rejoicing. Yay.
Alas, there was a podcast with Cam Hughes.
Yeah.
There you go. Sounds like one podcast is what that sounds like.
Yeah.
Alas, there's a podcast.
No, mine would be Cam.
Probably exists, and it's probably not safe for work.
Yeah,
Probably. Yeah, exactly.
not mine. Mine would be PG. Until I open mine.
Oh man. Well, yeah. Well, today I think we should talk about sort of what we're watching on TV, and like new shows that have come out that have sort of caught our eye, and other shows that are maybe you tried and are not so good, and whatnot. So what do you guys think? Good?
Yeah, it sounds good. I want to touch on the Disney merger at some point if we can, just because.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I think that definitely applies, because then if Fox shows will shows that Fox has, and it will now go to the Disney streaming network,
Yep.
That might make a big deal. So, and that might cause me to purchase the damn Disney streaming service.
Well, yeah, I mean, Bart's on the big masthead on their website, I think. So
Right. Yeah.
Deadpool's there's a bunch of them there.
Well, I heard Deadpool was like the one that's not going to be
recast.
Yeah,
they're gonna. Bob Iger, I was listening to. So this is how deep my nerd goes. I was at work, and I set a reminder for the Disney shareholders meeting because I heard that they were going to talk about the merger, and so I heard from Bob Iger on the Disney shareholders meeting. I'm listening to the cast of their conference call, and he is talking about how he loves the way that Deadpool performed. There's no reason to mess with a good thing, and
Don't touch it.
yeah, exactly. And basically that he's going to encourage it to stay where it's at and stay R-rated, and he thinks there's a place for that, even though it is, the Mouse House and sparkly.
Does this mean we'll get X-Men in the Marvel Cinematic Universe?
They're already starting to talk about it. They've turned over the X-Men. Well, they talked about doing it. I'm assuming it's real now because the merger's real now, as of like 12:03 a.m. this morning or yesterday, something like that. That they're turning over the X-Men franchise to Feige to run.
Oh wow. Okay.
Thank God.
He's the guy that did Marvel, the whole Marvel roadmap.
Yeah.
Produced basically behind the scenes for all the Marvel movies. So
Now, can we get a Nightcrawler movie?
hold it back, Joe.
Yeah, tuck it back, Joe.
There's a lot of marks to check out first.
But are people happy with Disney merging with Fox? Because I would think there was a good thing going, and there might, I don't know. There's certain things about Fox that I don't know, seems more appropriate to be a standalone entity. Yeah. So the fact that they gobbled them up, it's sort of like, what's that going to do to, say, Sunday night, Channel 2, Fox, Simpsons and stuff like that, and what's that going to do with the theme parks? Or am I just off base here?
No, you're right on. You're right on. So
I mean, is Bart Simpson going to be running around in Disneyland now?
I'm sure.
Because I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. So think about it. I mean, they're in the business.
R2-D2 with like Bart riding on the back of it.
Well, yeah, you never know. I mean, they're in the business to make money, and as soon as they acquired Star Wars, they started running with that. Now we've got Star Wars lands, bi-coastal Star Wars lands at this point, and
Which is fantastic.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
Yeah, I was excited personally about the merger just because it lets more of the Marvel characters come back under the Marvel umbrella. So back in the day when Marvel couldn't make a movie to save their life, they sold the rights to all these characters to different houses, Warner Brothers and Sony and Fox specifically for the X-Men and Fantastic Four. But now that the merger's there, they have control of those characters again. They can bring them in and put them in their movies. And I think that'll be really cool. I'm interested to see what they do with Aliens because that's a franchise that have.
I saw a meme that was Ripley, and it was like my favorite Disney princess.
Yeah, so I was
that's
just
funny.
watching the Nerdist news episode today where they're talking at the beginning. They say, "Is the Alien Queen now an official Disney princess?" And at the end, they wrap it up and go, "Well, if you think about it, all the queens in the Disney universe are evil villains, which makes sense. So that makes Ripley the princess." Brain exploding.
Yeah, you're stretching it at that point.
I know.
Come
It's
on.
just hilarious.
Come
I
on.
want to see a chest burster in Wreck-It Ralph 3.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I think it does bode well for for more interconnectivity between and I mean if you want to get technical, they already kind of crossed it over with Quicksilver and Age of Ultron. But that was a mess because they couldn't use the same actor. They couldn't call him a mutant.
Right.
And so, but yeah, so it'll be more fun, and it'll definitely give it more interconnectivity to the universe, and it'll be interesting to see how they put it together, and how they bring it together. So,
Joe, did you have anything to add to that? What are your thoughts on the merger? Good stuff, bad stuff? Different?
Good stuff, but also bringing up the big M word, monopoly. Like, is Disney going to try to gobble everything up?
Of course they are. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Also, it wouldn't be a bad thing.
Well, now they're a majority stakeholder in Hulu as well, so they're going to take that international in addition to their whole Disney Plus platform. That'll be interesting to see what happens there. There has been fallout already, though. If you think about all of the Marvel-based TV that people have been enjoying on Netflix, and Daredevil and Punisher and Jessica Jones and all of those things. In my opinion, all of those were drawn down. At least the well-performing shows were drawn down because of Disney's acquisition and wanting to have control of all the characters for their own streaming services. So I would be shocked if you don't see Daredevil resurrected on Disney's streaming service.
And the Punisher.
And all of that.
Well, there's backlash over the Punisher. Even Eminem got in on it, so, I mean, if you got Eminem in there, God.
Yeah, right.
So maybe that's why they cancel it so that they could rebrand it, so to speak.
That was my thought, because they're bringing all the Marvel stuff in-house, and they don't want Netflix having a piece of that streaming service.
Yeah. I hope they keep the casting, though. I thought those shows were well cast.
I agree, and they're like I said, they were really high-performing shows, so there would have to be some kind of major metric justification for them to do that, and that I don't think the evidence is there. To the contrary, that it does really well, and it's for Netflix, and there's no way it wouldn't do well on another platform. It already has a fan base, so why would you put all that effort and time and money to remake a thing that already has a dedicated fan base? And
right,
continue it on your service, and then you get all the
Unless say Punisher, Netflix owns it. I don't know. Maybe there's something in there where it's like, if you ever acquire this, we own the rights to it, and we'll just take it down. I don't know.
Well, so the original agreement that Marvel had with the affiliates, like with Sony and with Fox, is that they needed to make a movie, be it animated or something else, about their properties every so often.
Right.
So that's why you would get sort of and that's why we got so many Spider-Man reboots.
Yeah, exactly.
Out of Sony, is because they needed to keep making it to keep the licensing for that character. Mm-hmm. And so that was part of the deal. And and then that's why we got that terrible Fantastic Four movie a couple years ago too.
Which one? Sorry, a couple years ago.
Well, I mean, as much as we rag on them, the initial one with Chickless and Captain America.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
weren't terrible. They weren't as bad as the other one that came out.
No, geez, they did the Silver Surfer wrong in that one, man. That's one of my favorite
Yeah,
characters, and he
right. Yeah, I know.
Oh.
Not even Lawrence Fishburne could save that. So
no, that was rough.
it was very sad. Yeah, but yeah. So anyway, I think it will be good for the Marvel universe. I mean, it's gonna give us a much bigger expanded universe. And now that Gunn is back in front of Guardians of the Galaxy, that's also a very good thing.
I know, that's so amazing. I'm so glad that happened.
Yeah, I love that it came out. Oh, they weren't even looking for another director. I think they were just waiting for it to mull over. So, but yeah, no, yeah, it's only going to get better for Marvel, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know you didn't want to lead with that. That's obviously been the most important thing on my mind lately with regards to entertainment.
Right.
It's gigantic.
Yeah.
The other thing that we're not really considering is the bloodbath that they're quoting it, because there's going to be thousands of people that are duplicating roles between the companies, and they're saying anywhere between 4,000 and 8,000 people are going to lose their jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's never easy when big mergers happen.
Right.
And but that is unfortunately the business. So
there was an article today, and we'll just put a pin in this, but the article today that I saw was that Disney is building an entertainment Death Star.
Oh, absolutely. No, yeah.
We'll see who the resistance is in that equation.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Warner Brothers. I mean, that's yeah. So
good stuff. Well, let's go back to topic then.
Okay.
What do we want to talk about as far as Joe? I've been doing most of the talking. Why don't you start us off? What are your favorite shows you've been watching?
I'm 4 seasons deep into a Game of Thrones rewatch, so
Nice.
I really haven't. The only new thing that I did watch a little bit of. It's not new per se, but it's new to me. The show Aquarius with David Duchovny. It's about the Charles Manson, and the family.
Okay.
It's really good, but I think it came out in 2015. But it's on Netflix, and I ended up binging like at least 7 episodes. But Renly Baratheon is Charles Manson in that, and he does a killer job.
Nice.
Awesome.
So speaking of which, then everybody saw the trailer that came out yesterday with Once Upon a Time in America, or Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that looks
And
amazing.
Yeah.
And I was just reading up on all the the people that are playing these iconic people, and I can't remember the guy that's playing Roman Polanski, but that's pretty. I mean, it's pretty good in terms of appearance. And then same with, of course, it's the guy that plays Steve McQueen. I mean, I wish I had all this in front of me because these are actors I don't really know the names of. And then the guy that plays Charlie Manson, it's kind of uncanny. It looks like him back then.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty neat.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you said, right?
Yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio and
Brad Pitt.
And they got the guy playing Bruce Lee.
Oh my God, he looks just like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is playing, fighting Bruce Lee. It's just like, and I can't believe it's Quentin Tarantino's 9th film. For some reason, I thought he had more, but that's what they're kind of coining it as. Once Upon a Time in America, Quentin Tarantino's 9th film. So I thought he had more.
Yeah, me too.
So, but if it's Quentin Tarantino, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be historic, and it's gonna be kind of bloody.
Luke Perry's in that movie.
I know. I guess that was
shit.
probably his last movie.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Dylan.
Yeah.
Jesus. Talk about TV that people used to watch like crazy back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
So then I guess, Joe, back to what you were saying. What other things you've been watching? So you're deep into Game of Thrones, and what else?
The Aquarius, the Manson show, and then just Rick and Morty.
Nice.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna have to take a corner off my nerd card because I haven't really gotten into Rick and Morty.
Oh, you have.
I tried, man, and I don't know if maybe it's something about the drunk uncle, or was it grandfather?
Grandfather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Something about it just gave me a hard. It was hard for me to watch the first couple episodes, but I keep seeing all these crossovers and all this really cool shit coming out of it. I just need to put my head down and watch it. there's just too much good TV on right now.
Yeah.
I think Cam, you suggested, and a couple of the people suggested Umbrella Academy, and I binge watched that whole thing in one day on Saturday.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was good.
Yeah, and when I spoke to you, I think you were like 3 episodes in,
30,
and
yeah.
you were like, "There's just something missing. I can't place it yet."
Yeah.
But I'm
Yeah.
like, just keep watching.
Well, I
It's
liked
fantastic.
it. They did a good job wrapping it up, and but there is something missing from it, and I'm not sure what it is. But maybe it's just.
Well, I think
tone.
it's because it's a comic written by the lead singer of My Chemical Romance.
Well, okay, that's probably
it's
it.
kind of like what? There's always I don't know. You see all these like Marvel movies, and then there's this kind of like sort of spin-off, and you're thinking, oh, this must be off a comic book that I didn't know anything about. Maybe it's a Marvel or something, and no, it's My Chemical Romance.
Yeah,
what?
It's way more Watchmen.
I feel
X-Men.
like
That's
emo.
for sure.
I feel emo for watching it.
How far did you get into that, Joe?
I did not get into it yet.
Okay, well, we won't have spoilers.
Well, don't worry about it.
I enjoyed it. It's really
I definitely want to watch it. But I haven't had a chance to yet. So
Yeah, I want to watch that, and I've heard good things about Russian Doll on Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I watched a couple episodes, and I don't know, decided to continue on living my life.
Is that the continuing Red Sparrow? Because I'm down for more J-Law.
No, it's like Groundhog's Day. This chick just keeps dying over and over, and different ways of dying. And I can't remember what her name is and what she's from. But
it's Natasha Lyonne from the American Pie movies and Orange is the New Black, right?
Yeah. Orange is the New Black.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I just couldn't quite get into it. But I'll give it another shot.
I'm trying to think what else is on my DVR right now. I've been watching The Rookie.
That's so good.
Network TV. So it's Nate Fillion as a 40-year-old ex-construction general contractor. He becomes an LAPD cop at 40, and his struggles with that, and just the scripts are really good. The acting's great. All the actors that are around him are awesome. The storylines, pretty kind of cop show storylines, but he puts this humor spin and this kind of, it's weird to say wisdom because it's a TV show, but that's like the wisdom of a 40-year-old as a rookie cop comes into play a lot in the show. It's actually really fun. I'm having a great time with it.
Yeah, I expected the trailers for that I expected a little more silly,
Yeah.
but no, I mean it is full on sort of, I would say, for lack of a better term, a dramedy, but heavy on the drama.
Yeah, a lot heavier than I thought also. Yeah.
Yeah, like the humor's there just to sort of alleviate a little bit of the heavy in there, because it's at its heart, it's a cop show. Right. So there's going to be some serious shit going on. And you need to sort of, have that humor to alleviate it. But no, they really stick you with it. Are you caught up with it, Nate?
I think I still have this week's episode to work through.
Okay, watch it, because there's a doozy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, that's my spoiler alert. It's a doozy.
There's a doozy in the toilet. Spoiler alert.
Don't go in there. We gotta have a soundboard for Cam now.
Right? Yeah.
You got a tiki poo poo?
No, tiki poo poo. That's hilarious. Let's see, what else have I been watching? The Magicians. Amazing.
Oh, that's so good.
Joe.
That's another one on my list.
Oh my God. You have to, at least the first season, you will just devour. The first season's amazing. I think I was explaining this to you the other day. It's not like Harry Potter. The only something that shares with Harry Potter's universe is that there's people that use magic and people that don't. Mm-hmm. But that's really where the similarities end. It's very real and gritty, like New York City, present day. And there are these two worlds, but there's classically trained magicians who get into Break Bills, which is the school that teaches you how to use magic properly. Then the people that never get in or never try, and they're hedge witches, and they do shit on the side that's super dangerous and kill people.
What is it called again?
The Magicians. It's on Sci-Fi.
Because there's another one that recently came out. It might have came out over this weekend. The Order
on Netflix. I haven't seen that yet. I saw
that. I don't know. When you watch the trailer at first, you're like, "Oh, this is going to be some like kind of teeny bopper thing that takes place in college," and then it's kind of like got this dark, secret society thing, and then then I don't know. It's almost like you can make out like, was that a werewolf that just ran across? What the hell is it? It's like a cross between True Blood and I don't know. It looks interesting.
Yeah, our friend Joel Katie actually mentioned that one on a string that we were following on Facebook. Said it was really good, something to check out. So that'll be on my list here at some point.
Yeah, I definitely want to see that as well.
What else? The Gifted, something I've been keeping up with. That's kind of like the X-Men spinoff kind of thing. That one's more of kind of along the lines of Heroes, and it has Bill from True Blood in it.
Yeah, we've sort of fallen off on that one.
Save the cheerleader, save the world. Right.
Yeah.
What else? I think those are the main ones. I really want to watch Game of Thrones again, but I don't have time to get through Game of Thrones again before the new season starts. So
right. Yeah.
We'll see how that.
I might just watch season 7 to sort of catch up with it before.
Right.
Yeah, I did season 7, and then I got hit with major cold and was out for like a week, and I was like, well, I'll just start from the beginning, and then like I'm now obsessed. Like I'm reading the books again.
Oh,
I just
really?
finished the first book.
God, the first book is so good.
Because I read the first 2 books and then kind of stopped.
Oh, really?
And so now I'm just like, no, I'm going to finish all the books.
Oh, the books are good.
And watch all the shows and give me all the Game of Thrones.
The books and the shows at the same time, that's going to be tough because there's so much missing.
Oh, yeah.
Especially to like books. Yeah, exactly. That's my biggest regret. I would love to see them try to add that back in, but it's not going to happen at this point. The was one of the best parts of the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else really that I'm keeping up with other than like Blind Spot and the ones that I've been watching for years. But,
right.
So Cam, you were down for a while. You had some free time on your hands. We won't go into the details about that, but you got a chance to catch up with a lot of TV. So
I watched a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. But before I start that, what I want to say is that something I've been thinking about that would actually be kind of cool. It's not on like, fantasy genre, but since they are doing not a reboot, but a sequel to The Sopranos called Newark, I think it's called.
Prequel, right?
Prequel.
Yeah.
I think it'd be so cool to go back and binge watch The Sopranos because it's been so many years. I'm so much older now. There's probably a lot of stuff that I just forgot. I mean, I just think it'd be so cool to like gear up for that to see.
It's another show that I never watched.
I never watched it.
No, me either. I never watched it either.
God,
we might have to make this a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, with Goodfellas,
Discovering,
with Casino, with all these like Scorsese mob movies, and then Departed, but in the middle of that he does Sopranos, and that was just amazing. And I can't remember how many seasons that went on for, but I already did. That's weird.
That's all right.
One of my friends is a huge Sopranos fan. She always gives me shit about like, will you just watch it, please?
Yeah, it's well worth it.
That's up there with The Wire, like these shows that major drama shows that I never saw, but I've heard people talk about. Like it's a must see. I'm still working my way through Breaking Bad. I'm in like season 2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I need to finish Breaking Bad.
And then you got to move on to Better Call Saul.
Right, exactly.
I still need to watch The Lions.
We just need to become independently wealthy, then we can watch TV for a living. How about that?
Right? They keep
Yeah.
Eat Cheetos and just binge watch Netflix. It'd be awesome.
That was my Saturday minus the Cheetos.
Knock down a couple of walls so you can move from room to room.
So what kind of shows were you watching, Cam, when you got all that time?
Gosh.
Favorite, I guess, would be the first thing. What was your favorite?
Well, it's so funny because I have to like go with like recent and then work my way backwards because I can't remember all of them. But recently, what I just watched yesterday, which is kind of exploding all over social media, is The Inventor, Out for Blood or Give Me Your Blood. The chick that was 19. I'm drawing a blank on her name, but she did a startup. It's a documentary. There's a podcast.
Theranos.
Yeah,
it's
So she became like this, billionaire, millionaire by, saying, "Oh, I can just take a drop of your blood,
right?
A pinprick, and then we can, figure out. We can run all these tests, rather than take different vials of blood and stuff." And it's really creepy to watch, and she doesn't think she's done anything wrong, and she even disguises her voice. So that's a big thing that's going around right now, where she sounds like a baritone. She just speaks all like gutturally, and so that was really interesting. I didn't watch all of it.
That's a documentary on HBO.
Yeah, but there's also a podcast, and there's articles written about it. So that's a huge thing. Over the weekend, I watched the new Ben Affleck movie, Triple Frontier, which is absolutely amazing. that everybody needs to see. I'm not a Ben Affleck fan, but it's pretty cool. It's about a most dangerous cartel, out there in South America, and these retired special ops Navy SEAL type people go in there and try to get his money, and I'll leave it at that. But it's
Nice.
It is awesome. It is really cool. The cinematography, it's well worth watching.
So this is another movie, not a TV show.
This is a Netflix original.
I know. I'm just.
It's good. It's all good.
First time, I gotta haze him a little bit.
Well,
Yeah.
in terms of TV, my wife commandeers the TV, and I come home to
So bravo.
Real Housewives of the OC, followed by Real Housewives of New York, followed by Late Night Tonight or whatever with Andy Cohen.
Andy Cohen's hilarious.
Oh God, and Mediterranean Below Deck and all this crap. Clients aren't back on TV, so I'm normally found on my front porch with my dog, just licking my wounds until she goes to sleep. And then I'm onto Netflix. We went over to the Umbrella Academy. That's fantastic. I binge watched an ABC show called Getting Away with Murder. I think it's on its 5th season. Netflix has 4 seasons now. It's Viola Davis. It's all about criminal law.
She won an award for that too, didn't she?
It is.
Yeah, she did.
It is so fantastic. I mean, a lot of times I'm not into TV shows like, primetime, network shows because they're just kind of, I don't know. They seem to be just geared towards just
Mass consumption,
pop
culture.
Yeah, but it's really well done. I started binge watching that back in December and all the way up till probably March, and it's really awesome. It's really good. I can't wait for season 5 to come out. Other than that, TV shows, I don't know. I guess I'm just all about Real Housewives. That's where it's at.
Okay, we're gonna capture that drop.
Yeah.
Put a ring on
It's all about Real Housewives.
Put a ring on the lady's finger and lose all TV privileges. But we'll be back soon. And
Well, you have 2 TVs in the house, 3 TVs in your house. You could migrate. That's hilarious.
yeah, but no, seriously, I can't think of I don't know. I'm just so in love with Netflix and Amazon Prime originals.
Yeah.
I really want to see the new Kate Beckinsale original.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that does look good.
The Widow. Although I'm a little disturbed because she's dating Pete Davidson. That just grosses me out.
I was just about to say I'm down for anything
I'm
that
just
Kate
like, what the
Beckinsale is
heck?
in except for Pete
You used
Davidson.
to be
Yeah.
you were my heartthrob.
Well, technically, he's in her.
And technically, she might be in him as well.
Oh.
Stinky Pinky.
Oh,
She's a freak if she's dating Pete Davidson. I'm sorry. Let's just leave it at that.
That's just torture.
yeah.
With, Underworld and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And, she's 45, and I think back to how old I was. I mean, God, I'm 4 years younger than her when the first Underworld came out. And oh my God, she's so sexy.
Hot.
I love her.
My God.
Oh,
Yeah.
dream woman. And now fast forward, and she's with Pete Davidson.
Yeah, you go right from Elizabeth Hurley to her, basically. Is like the hottest woman on the planet.
Dude, she
Yeah.
went from Michael Sheen to Pete Davidson. Like,
Yeah.
how do you even do that?
Well, apparently he has big dick energy, so
Well, I'll take Michael Sheen's big dick energy. over Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Hey.
Get that drop.
Yeah, that's a good drop.
It brings me back to the Costa days, talking about Wolverine and who Joe would and would not do. And Steve Buscemi was the one that tripped me out.
Oh, that's right.
But
I'll never forget that conversation.
Wait. We need to explore this.
then I had to bring up Hugh Jackman.
Oh God.
We had a game of who would Joe do?
I think
The
it was
list is
called.
long and
I think it was called
distinguished.
"Who Joe Wouldn't Do."
That's right. That's what it turned into. And God, you got shit for Buscemi for so long.
Oh, and I still stand by it.
Oh, we talked about Buscemi in one of our podcasts. Like, Jesus Christ, you're a millionaire, man. Fix your teeth.
Oh,
Well,
no,
you
he's
get-
perfect the way he is.
I just read this interesting article about William Dafoe, and one of the things was Jesus Christ, man, fix your teeth. And he was just like, there's nothing wrong with my teeth. But going back to Mandingo Cock, there was one movie, I can't remember the name of it, but I can look it up really quick. But it's one of his first really great movies. I think it might have been done by Roman Polanski.
He's famously hung, from what I've heard.
They had to have a dick stand in because his dick was too big and it caused too much confusion for all the actors. So there was a dick stuntman.
Stunt cock!
So when you see William Dafoe pull out Mr. Winky, it's actually not his; it's a stand-in dick.
Okay,
It's
so
smaller stand-in dick.
I know the movie
Yeah.
you're talking
But his,
about.
his testicles get crunched or something.
No, I'm pretty sure the one I'm thinking of. I think it's called Antichrist.
Yes.
With
Yeah.
Charlotte
Antichrist.
Gainsborough.
Oh my God.
like I watched this movie because it was a horror movie, and I read
Yeah.
all the stuff about it, and like literally in the first like 5 minutes, you see William or
Stunt cock. You see stunt cock.
you see
Yeah.
him plowing his wife, and it's
Okay.
like,
And the show has hit a new low.
and I'm like, this is supposed to be a horror movie. Did I mistakenly grab porn? Like, what the hell?
It's an Antichrist cock.
Oh my god.
Yeah, just and
The
it
power of
just
Christ
goes
compels
from
you.
there.
The power of cock.
Okay. Jesus.
Hey-o.
Somebody shared too much.
Somebody shared too much.
That's amazing. Andy just had his head down this whole time. I want the audience to know this.
Yeah. I was taking it in. I was just taking it in.
While he's
From
looking
bad to
down.
worse.
That's what she said. All right.
Hey.
Bad joke. Hey. Yeah, that's it.
Perfect. All right,
Andy,
Andy,
what
how
are
about
you
you?
watching, Andy?
Okay, well, I got a big list because since I moved away from all of you, all my friends, I have nothing to do but watch TV. So speaking of Buscemi, he's actually on a new show called Miracle Workers with
I watched it.
yeah. What do you think of it?
It's really good, actually. It's really interesting premise with I don't want to say Elijah Wood.
No, Daniel Radcliffe, Harry Potter.
Daniel, yeah.
Yeah, and it's good. Yeah, I thought it was great.
But
Yeah.
what's the premise, Andy? Continue. Tell us about what the show is.
So Buscemi plays God.
Oh, I have seen this preview. He's going to destroy Earth unless they
Yeah.
make some miracle happen, right?
Yeah,
Right.
Cliff has to answer everybody's, I guess, wishes.
Yeah. So
But
kind of a Bruce Almighty, but you know, Radcliffe doesn't get his powers. He's just
Right.
answering prayers essentially. But I saw the pilot episode and I thought it was great. I thought it was fantastic. It's really good, and I just, you know, I love Buscemi. I really like Radcliffe, and I thought it was a good solid pilot. So I'm definitely going to watch the rest of it.
What platform is this one on?
You've only seen the pilot?
Yeah, I've only seen the pilot.
Okay, I think it's on FX, I want to say.
That's
Okay.
correct. That's
Nice.
correct. Yeah.
Really, really quick, not just a segue really quick. One TV show that I have started watching, that's on FX as well, and I think it's called Better Things. Have you seen the previews at all for that?
I have not.
It's something that I watch with, you know, my better half. It's a woman that lives in Hollywood who's an actor, and she's got 3 young kids, and one of them's going off to college. And I think there's been 2 episodes, maybe 3. It's a whole new thing. So it's pretty good. It's a comedy, but it is kind of dark, and it's just kind of, that's the only way I can really describe it. It's
It has Pam Alden,
Yeah.
or Adlon from Louis,
yeah,
is the
Oh, okay.
main character.
main character.
And then another one that's coming up on 2 days after your birthday, 1 day after mine, is What We Do in the Dark. I
Oh,
think.
yes.
They're making a show. They're making a show
Because
that.
there is an actual movie,
Yeah, Taika Waititi from.
Yeah, Tiger. Yeah.
which is so great. But the fact that they're putting that on FX and it's going to be a show based off the movie, which was like a mockumentary about vampires
Oh,
and
I can't wait.
everyday life, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah. No, the movie was fantastic. It was such a good. So I'm very excited to see that one.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
I
Yeah.
love how they reference that movie in Ragnarok, where they're picking out weapons, and he's like, "How about this spear? It's got 3 stakes on it. I guess you could only use this if you had 3 vampires standing very close together." And that was Taika Waititi doing the voice of the rock monster in Ragnarok, referencing his own movie.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So good.
That's great. What else you got, Andy?
So what things that we religiously watch and I love, and it's really good, is the Orville, Seth MacFarlane's Star Trek, essentially.
Yes,
Haven't gotten into that.
it's
Oh
good.
man, it's so good. You know, it's funny. The pilot episode, I think, was the weakest episode of it so far.
Great.
Everything else has been just sort of just head on the nail, like really good, like Next Generation Star Trek. That it's like Next Generation came back and we're watching a different ship with a different crew, but it just feels like Star Trek to me.
Yeah, I love the Orville. I'm a couple episodes behind. My only thing with the Orville is it's kind of like, not really like the Umbrella Academy issue that I have, but that the Orville doesn't know what show it is. It's either super funny with all of his jokes and the side stuff, or it's super serious, like Next Generation. I think it's trying to straddle that line too much, and it's not really devoting itself to either genre to me, but I still love it. It's really entertaining. I love the relationship that he has with, what's her name, his ex-wife, who's the first officer.
Right.
Actress, but she's smoking hot.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really fun show, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, God, I can't think of it now.
Can I add-
Adrian Palicki.
Yes, there you go. Thank you.
Yeah, right. Something else that we got into that just started this year was The Passage, the latest vampire books to come on TV.
Mark Paul Gosselaar in it.
Yes.
I haven't watched it yet. I have all the episodes recorded, and I haven't cracked it open.
It's good.
Is
It's good. Like the first couple episodes, you're just like, what's going on? You know, like what? It was strange, but it really picked up steam by like episode 4, and then you're invested at that point. You're in, and it's like, okay, great. You know, it's good. Yeah. So 10-episode run. It already had its season finale, and it was good. I mean, it was really good. Totally sold me for the next season.
Really?
Just really good. Acting's decent. Mark Paul Gosselaar is actually really good in it. You know, we all give Zach Morris crap just because he was Zach Morris, and he hasn't really done much since. But no, he was really good in this. So.
He was in a show called Pitch that I watched every week with my daughter, where he was a catcher for the first female Major League Baseball pitcher set in the Padres Stadium in San Diego. And it only lasted one season, but damn it, we loved that show. Yeah, you had something you wanted to go on. What would you have?
Well, you got it. First I brought up one idea when Andy was saying something, then you just brought up another one. First off, another show that I was watching really quick that I was binge watching while in and out of different hospital stays was Supernatural.
Yeah.
Epic show.
Yeah. Great show.
Do you know about that, Andy?
Oh, yeah.
So that was kind of cool, and like I don't know if you've been suckered into having to watch This Is Us like I have, but anyway, seeing one of the people from that cast in that show was pretty interesting. So that's a good show. Worth binge watching when there's nothing else on. But then going back to Oroville, is that what it was called?
Orville.
Orville,
Yeah,
sorry,
Orville.
not up by Chico.
Right.
That made me think of Black Mirrors and the episode that is where he's taking his coworker's DNA and
oh yeah,
the whole Star Trek thing.
Yes.
Awesome. And I wanted to ask if everybody here has actually finished Black Mirror.
No, I'm not caught up. I think I've gotten 4 episodes into the first season.
I'm into the second season, I think.
You could have a whole podcast on it, or like
absolutely.
Since we started.
It is so amazing. And what I've noticed is it's hard for people to watch it. I've recommended it to certain people, and they give it a shot. And after the very first one, they're like, "Yeah, not for me."
Yeah, if you're looking for an uplifting story, that's not the show.
But, I try to tell people, God, each one's different. You got to
keep at it.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking, different formats.
It's got kind of like this whole reboot to the Twilight Zone going on with like modern day technology, or where technology could be in the future, and that's what makes it such a mind f.
So there's your side note. Jordan Peele is rebooting the Twilight Zone.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Talk about great TV.
And he's doing Us, which is
that comes out on Friday.
I can't wait to see that movie.
Yeah, that looks creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
It has M'Baku from Black Panther in it.
That's right.
He was just on some show reading, what do they call it, thirsty tweets about chicks writing him tweets. He's like, M'Baku could break my M'Baku any day. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Because he has his accent, and he's reading this stuff out, and he's like, where did you guys go to get this filth? But he's reading through it and just having a great time with it. So check it out online. It's great.
Oh, that's great.
What did you have, Andy?
Another show that we watched that when we came back to California for the wedding, and we were stuck in a whatever, we were stuck in a hotel room that only had Amazon Prime for the night, and we found this show called Forever with Maya Rudolph and Fred Armisen.
What?
Yeah,
that sounds like
it's really good. Like, we didn't know anything about it. We both love those actors, so we're like, okay, we'll we'll take it for a ride and see what happens. And it's really good. Like, I mean, it's Jamie and I blew through I think there were 2 seasons of it in like a week.
Oh my God.
And it was just really good. And like, I don't want to give away the premise because that's the first 2 episodes. And then after the first 2 episodes, they're in it and you're just like, oh my God, this is fantastic.
What is it called again?
It's called Forever.
Forever.
Yeah. And it's on Amazon Prime.
Sorry, I was trying to search and the Giants website autoplayed some of their highlights because Brendan Bell is crushing it in spring training apparently. So that's my bad.
Oh, nice. That's okay. All right.
All right, I've got it. I'll make sure.
You and your sport.
Yeah. And then the show that has sort of taken over the Drake household at the moment, and it's on Netflix. It's also on Pop right now. And if you guys aren't watching it, shame on you guys, but it's Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah, I watched it.
What?
Oh man,
It's hilarious.
it's so good.
Oh, Schitt's Creek.
You haven't heard? Oh man.
Okay, so
I haven't seen it.
SCHITZ. It's a family with the last name Shits. They had a lot of money, and then they go kind of belly up, and they're staying in the little funky town that.
So it's the Rose family that is Eugene Levy and Daniel Levy, who plays
Shut the fuck up, really?
who plays his son David. They're the Roses, and they bought a town called Schitt's Creek as a joke because they were rich and could spend all this money. They ended up losing all their money except for the town. So
oh my God! There's 5 seasons, Andy.
Yeah,
I know. All right, and so Catherine O'Hara plays Eugene Levy's wife, the mom of the Roses. We all know her from Home Alone and from Beetlejuice.
Right.
I mean, like, everybody is just so good in that show. I mean,
Andy, doesn't it have Chris Elliott as the mayor?
Yeah, Chris Elliott is the shit.
That's amazing.
He plays Roland Shit. He's the mayor of Schitt's Creek.
That's hilarious.
It is.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's just a fantastic show. It's written so well, and it's just so funny, and it's when Jamie and I are drinking on weekends, we put on Schitt's Creek and we're 5 episodes, just go by like that.
That's awesome.
You know what's another cool thing to do, Andy, that I just got Janine into, because I'm like, what? You've never seen this? And I don't think there's a lot of people that have seen it, but it's one of the best TV shows ever made was Arrested Development.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now you can just stream it, and it always blows me away how many people have not seen it. But it's
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God! Narrated by Ron Howard and
Yeah.
Jason Bateman, and Michael Cera plays George Michael, his son. It's just it's hilarious. Will Ferrell, or not? What am I saying? Will Arnett.
Will Ferrell. Wait a minute.
Oh my God! Liza Minnelli. The chick that plays the mom in Archer. Oh God! It's just it's a great one.
Yeah.
It's worth every. Anyway, I'm done interrupting.
That's good. But yeah, no, it's definitely on that vein of sort of a not many people know about the show, but now since it's on Netflix, it's starting to gain traction and everything. And then in my and this is totally obscure, and one of my friends tweeted about the show the other day, and I'm just like, oh, I never heard about this, and what is it? And so it's called The Rain, and it's on Netflix. It is they're sort of a Danish. It's the show's Danish and it's dubbed in English, but it's a sort of a disease, infection, apocalyptic show.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and so and I didn't know anything about it, and so but what happens is that this the scientist is trying to cure disease, ends up messing with nature in order to fix the disease, ends up infecting the atmosphere and the rain carries the disease.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, man.
Wonderful.
So if you get rained on, you're automatically infected and screwed. And so the first sort of 20 minutes of the show is, the escape out of the rain into this bunker that you don't know how the dad knows about this bunker, and it turns out the dad is the scientist behind it.
Bye.
You learn all this in the first half hour.
We don't know that until you just said it. Spoiler, man.
You're not gonna. But anyway, so I'm about 5 episodes in, and it's like I said, it's pretty good. It's decent for like I said. At first it was weird with the overdubs, and the the lips not matching up. But after a while, you sort of get into it, and it doesn't matter anymore. But if you're looking for, for a season to kill, and need something to watch, definitely check it out. It's called The Rain.
That's awesome. I'm looking at the cast, and there's a lot of high cheekbone people in this, so you can tell it's all Scandinavian actors and actresses.
Oh yeah, yeah. But
right on.
Yeah, and then we're because we like Lauren Cohan so much from The Walking Dead, we're giving Whiskey Cavalier a chance.
Oh, how is that?
It's like I said, the action's pretty good and Lauren Cohan's pretty great, but the rest of the cast is not really so good.
Oh, what's her co-star?
I think it's like Scott. His name is like Scott Rose or something like that.
He's from a bunch of stuff, though. What was he?
He is, and he's an executive producer on the show, and you kind of think he's
Lauren Cohan into a role where he gets to kiss her. Is basically what happened.
Pretty much.
Didn't you?
Yes, clearly. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. We know this.
Yeah, like I'm surprised she left. Scott Foley is his name.
There you go.
And so, but I'm surprised she left Walking Dead for this, just because, Walking Dead's, a lot more. But again, there's so many characters in Walking Dead that,
Maggie was
she's not featured every week. So it makes sense that she would want to go to something a little more high profile. But I'd be surprised if this lasts.
What happened? She left The Walking Dead for this show?
She's off. Yeah. They didn't kill her off. They just said that she's gone.
I just saw something.
I wondered what happened.
Some article that I just passed over maybe a couple days ago that some cast member of Walking Dead is coming back, and it might actually be Maggie.
I think it is because she teased it on her Instagram.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
So
because Maggie was like,
she's
one of the coolest characters on the show.
Yep.
So
Carl was the one that had to go.
Yeah.
And Glenn, R.I.P.
Core.
Yeah.
Head still on the pavement.
Oh.
Daryl and Carol spinoff show.
Daryl and Curl.
Is that too much to
As
ask?
narrated by Curl.
Yeah.
Yes, it's too much to ask.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever discuss? And I'm sorry because I'm a newbie here, but did you guys discuss Bird Box?
We did.
We did. Yeah.
We had a good podcast on that. Ask away.
I just thought it was awesome, and I think it's kind of funny that, I mean, to each their own, but some people did not like it, or, I couldn't get past the whole scene where she's floating down the river because that's just, like, so not realistic.
No.
And it's like, well, hello, the whole movie is not realistic.
Why you gotta call me out?
But well,
Not like you listen to the podcast.
you had to own it up. I didn't call you out. But, recently I saw that there's stuff online where people are, like, up in arms kind of complaining about the way she treated the children in the movie.
Right.
And it's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's fiction.
It's a freaking
It's
movie.
fiction, people. Just keep that in mind.
Oh my god.
There's plenty of nonfiction that you can be mad about right now.
She hasn't paid for them to get into USC. yet.
Exactly.
Relax. They're
Yeah.
too young.
They don't even have names. How are they going to fill out the application?
It's boy and girl.
Yeah, but that was the whole thing about her character, So you gotta watch it in context and not be so sensitive.
It was great. I love those post-apocalyptic movies.
Since you want to jump in.
There's one that I can never remember the name of, but it's Vito Mortensen or whatever his name is.
Yep,
a weird
that's
actor.
right.
It's a post-apocalyptic movie. It's him and his son. Oh God! If Joe was in the room,
I know
she
what
would
you're
go,
talking about.
Oh, it's blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vigo.
What?
It's Vigo is his name. Vigo Mortensen.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about. It's right on the edge of my head.
He has to hide his kid down a hatch. And,
Right.
Oh boy. Well, anyway, that was a good conversation.
The Road.
The Road.
2009.
That was good.
Nice.
That was pretty good.
That's
Right.
yeah, that's what a lot of some of these episodes in Black Mirror kind of mirror. You know, this whole
I see what you did there.
this whole
Yeah.
apocalyptic thing, and it's kind of refreshing to watch. You know, British or European originals.
Yep.
On Netflix. We watched. God, I don't know. There's so many like original TV kind of series,
Right?
But that are Netflix original like series that I've watched, where they're actors that you've seen in American shows or movies or
Right, but
series.
they're super popular across the pond.
Yeah, and they're cool. And at first, it's really hard to kind of like get into it because you're like, whoa, slow down your accent. I can't understand what the hell you're saying, even though they're from Great Britain. But you slowly get into it. And I wish I could remember the one that I watched about this guy losing his daughter that goes to a party, but that lives in this affluent community in Great Britain somewhere. And there's so many twists, and it just seems like it's going to be just this kind of stupid thing, like, oh, I'll just pass over this. But after 2 episodes, you're just hooked on it. I'll figure it out and tell you guys.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, I wanted to bring it back to the cast that you were talking about for that. What is it called? One Night in Hollywood. What is it called?
Once
Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Hollywood, yeah.
All right, so here's the top billed cast from IMDb. So you got Luke Perry, Margot Robbie, Leonardo DiCaprio, Brad Pitt, Timothy Olyphant, Dakota Fanning, Al Pacino, Tim Roth, Emile Hirsch, Damian Lewis, Damon Harriman, that's Charles Manson that you were talking about, Kurt Russell, James Marsden, Rumor Willis, and then it goes on from there. Michael Madsen. I can't believe Rumor Willis is higher on that call sheet than Michael Madsen is.
Yeah.
This looks ridiculous. I can't wait to see it.
Oh, it's
Dude, Kevin Smith's daughter's in it too.
Oh, really? Harley Quinn? Nice.
Yeah.
There's also a Netflix original that's coming out based off this book called I Hear You Paint Houses. And I read the book, and it's about it's about this Irishman that worked for Jimmy Hoffa, which was kind of the hitman. And so in the mob back then, the code word for doing a hit was, hey, I hear you paint houses.
Oh, no shit.
Normally when you shoot somebody, the blood sprays all the place, and then they got to go in and paint the house. And then they'll also say, hey, I hear you're a carpenter, which means I can get rid of the bodies. Meaning, kind of like building or like building a coffin, so carpenters and stuff. So anyway, the book, it's written by the actual hitman for Jimmy Hoffa.
Shut the fuck
and
up.
It's called I Hear You Paint Houses, semicolon. What happened to Jimmy Hoffa and JFK.
This is going to be a show.
And Martin Scorsese is now making it. It's been greenlighted. It's coming out on Netflix, I think, this year. And it's going to star De Niro, Pacino, Pesci, Ray Liotta.
It's a movie or a show?
It's going to be a little mini series based off the book.
Oh god,
That's
it is going to be. So it's like the whole cast of Goodfellas,
right?
right.
God, I hope they make a clown reference in that.
Oh, it's going to be.
God.
And then another one to look for. There's this book called The Devil in the White City, which is about H.H. Holmes, which became like the first like serial killer, and they thought it was Jack the Ripper that fled and came over to the U.S., and he was kind of like the first doctor, and he built this huge murder castle, is what he called it, but it was this big hotel that revolved around the Chicago World's Fair. And so Martin Scorsese is actually doing that movie, and Leonardo DiCaprio is going to play H.H. Holmes.
Of course he is.
And that is going to be awesome.
That sounds
and
awesome.
It's under the same name, Devil in the White City.
Huh.
Gotta
Nice.
look that up, but there's some good stuff out there.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
The American Horror Story Hotel, I think, was loosely based off of.
Yeah, I mean, if
That's
you
correct. Yeah.
H. Holmes, you're just like, this guy was crazy. But he was so beloved, had blue eyes, and everybody trusted him. And, yeah.
Those damn recessive genes are hypnotic.
Oh, nice.
A show I can't wait for, Good Omens.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be awesome.
Well,
Based on the Neil Gaiman book.
Yeah, that should be good.
Oh, yeah. Nate, have you started season 2 of American Gods yet?
No. What network is that on? Because I probably don't get the channel.
Oh, it's on Stars, and it just started. We're on episode 2 already.
Oh, shit. All right. I'm going to have to find a way to
I haven't
watch
started that one yet either.
Okay.
Are you guys
Yeah.
watching it?
We watched the first season. First season was awesome, and we both Jamie and I read the book.
I'm a little butthurt that Brian Fuller's not involved anymore.
Right. Yeah. So, but we haven't watched any of season 2 yet. So we're interested. Yeah, it's definitely we're probably gonna binge it. After a few more come in. But yeah, definitely excited for it. Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, excellent. I definitely a good discussion as always, everybody. Cam, we definitely need to have you back, man.
Yeah, that was fun.
I agree.
Yeah, totally. Well, once again, we are the Rum Regret podcast. Thank you for your time, and keep your glasses full, and we'll catch you on the next round.